Hey everybody, thanks for joining me for December Day 27. Today I have a Sunday reset workout for you. So just some dynamic stretching using my stretch stick today. That's all I'm going to be using. So if you don't have a technical stretching out stick, you can use a broom handle, a Swiffer handle, PVC pipe. You just want to find something that's about arm length distance. I've got about 12, 13 transitions. I'm going to set a timer for 12 minutes to move me along every minute. And yeah, so grab your stick and follow my lead. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is creating an isometric to kind of prime some of my stabilizing muscles. So I'm going to be pushing down through my feet and then trying to spread the floor out underneath me to create some good tension through my pelvic area and my quads. Also going to be pushing my arms down towards the ground and doing the same thing, trying to pull this pole apart, just creating a tension, all while pulling the belly button in as well. So let's push everything down towards the ground and pull out across, shoulder blades down and back, belly button in, and hold it and relax. We'll go through that a couple of times. Everything's pushing down and pulling across away from midline, belly button in, squeezing my quads, and relax. And one more. Down through the ground, pulling out across from midline, squeeze, and relax. Okay, so from here I'm going to be doing some cervical rotations. So I'm going to be creating that same tension in my upper body, just about like 40%, just something to feel like you're getting a contraction, but you're not trying to bust through your muscles or anything. So I'm pushing down and away, and I'm going to tuck my chin, and I'm going to scrape my chin across my collarbone to my shoulder, and I'm going to lift up towards the ceiling, to the other shoulder, down across my collarbone, back to center. Hold that tension, chin tucked, and rotate again across the collarbone, to the ceiling, to the other shoulder, across to center. All right, let everything relax, and then we're gonna unwind that. So we're gonna rotate the other way. So create that tension, tuck your chin across the collarbone, to the shoulder, up and around, to center, and one more. Across the collarbone, to the shoulder, up to the ceiling, across to the other shoulder, back to center, and relax. Okay, so from here I'm just going to do some shoulder shrugs and circles. So I'm going to rotate my shoulders forward and back. Forward. Just trying to pretend like I'm drawing big circles coming out of my shoulders. And then let's rotate back the other way. Getting those shoulder blades moving. All right, okay. So I've got my grip just about shoulder width apart. And then I'm going to pull the bar right up along the front side of my body till I get this high pull and bring it back down. So I'm working on my shoulder blade and my elbow and my shoulder movement, trying to keep those shoulder blades down and back, squeezing as I get to the top, just feeling a little bit of rotation through my shoulders, a little bit of a stretch. Feeling that pull as I keep my shoulder blades down. Okay, and one more. Nice work. Okay, so from here I'm going to go into a 90-90 rotation, working on internal and external rotation. So I'm going to have my arms at a goal post, 90 and 90. Holding my stick, I'm going to try to rotate that stick behind my head as much as I can without arching my back, and then I'm going to let that stick come back forward in front of me, and I'm just going to come down as far as I can, keeping my elbows up at shoulder height, and then rotate it back again. Again, don't let the back arch, that's compensation there. Use the stick to help actively, assistedly rotate those shoulders more than they might do just with that active movement. Get a little extra stretch. Nice. Okay, and then from here, let's go into the famous shoulder dislocates. So I'm gonna have my arms out as wide as I need to be able to pull the bar up, over, and behind me, and then back around without struggling, without getting that whole weird, shoulder roll and whatnot. So if they're too far in and you don't have the range and the control, you're gonna have to start wiggling your way through. That's not what we want. So get the grip a little bit wider, up and around. Nice circular motion for the shoulders. All right, and from here, let's stop in that wide position and pretend that there's a wall right behind you and you're gliding across it laterally to get a nice side body stretch. And back to center. So using that image of a wall right behind you to keep you from rotating forward or back. Okay, let's do one more to each side. Feeling it from my fingertips all the way down to the side of my hip. Okay, so started moving into the spine from the shoulders, and we're going to continue that into a thoracic opener. So I've got the stick right in front of me. Right arm is out at shoulder height holding the stick. Left arm comes to meet it. Everything from my belly button down is going to keep facing forward. We're going to keep it squared up to the front of our mat, and we're going to open up to our left side through the chest, open up through the mid-back. Feel that stretch all the way to my fingertips and back, and then let's do the other side. So left hand is staying stable, right arm is opening up, right side of the body opening to the right side, stretch through the front of the body. Feel that mid-back stretch, and the other way. Looking out over your shoulder if that's comfortable for your neck. And to the right. Ooh, nice stretch. Okay, so from here, I'm going to go into a full lumbar circle, as I call it. So back to that high wide position. I'm going to shift down laterally and then start to rotate forward, hinging right at my hips, using my core to help lift me up the other direction. Whew. And going down to the other side laterally, and then rotating it forward, making a big circle, arching a bit at the top, if that feels okay. We're just gonna go back and forth for a couple of rounds. Remember with these stretches, it's not about how far you're stretching into the position, it's just that you're feeling the stretch and that it feels good and that you're using your muscles to help control that movement. Okay, so from here, let's get into some hip work. I'm gonna use this stick as a stabilizer. My right foot's gonna plant, my left foot's coming back. Knee is over my ankle, and I am extending that left leg back, lifting the back of my knee, and then I am tucking my tailbone under so that I feel that stretch in the front of my hip, through my hip flexors. And just kind of moving around till you feel that good stretch. And then I'm gonna drop my heel down and kind of shift forward so that I can get a calf stretch as well. Nice work. Okay, step back to center. left foot plants, right foot shoots back, knee over the ankle, lifting the back of the knee of the right leg towards the ceiling, tucking my tailbone, tall torso, so I can really feel that stretch in the front of my hip, those hip flexors. And then I'm going to drop my heel, shift forward, so I can start to feel that stretch in my calf. Move around till you find it. Fantastic. Okay, so from here we're going to do a little bit of internal and external work for our hips. So I'm going to hold this stick to help me stabilize. Grab onto something with your other hand if you're not feeling your balance today, kind of like me already. I'm lifting up my leg to a 90 degree. I'm using this pole as an indicator of where my leg is going to be rotating from. So I'm going to lift my ankle away from the pole, rotating the femur internally. Okay? Trying to keep that knee in line with the stick. And one more. Okay? I'm going to lower that, move my stick out, lift that left leg again so the stick's on the outside of my knee. Now I'm going to rotate my ankle in towards midline, away from the dowel, getting external rotation through my hips. And one more. Whew, okay. Same thing. Pole is in the center, stick's in the center. Right leg is raising up at a 90 degree to meet it. Grab onto something if you need extra balance. And then rotate your ankle away from the bar, out, away from you, getting that internal rotation. Good. And internally rotating, or externally rotating, I'm sorry. Your foot's coming in internally, but it's actually rotating your femur out externally. All right, last one. And then the last thing we'll do, I call a squat drop. Again, using the pole as stabilization, feet wide like you're gonna do a squat, and then you're gonna walk your hands down, keeping your chest up, squatting as low as you can, coming back up to a squeeze. Walk those hands down to a low squat, and back up, keeping that chest up. Nice work. And last one, opening up through those hips, and there we go. Okay, I hope your muscles and joints are feeling limber and loose. Got a little bit of energy flowing. I hope you have a great Sunday, last Sunday of the year. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, guys.